Good morning, everyone. How are you all? I hope everyone is fine at home. God bless you and your family. In the previous section, we saw about the size of the cell, shape, and numbers. Size of the cell. The size of the cell may vary from a micrometer to few centimeter. Most cells are microscopic and cannot be seen with the naked eye. They can be observed only through the microscope. The smallest size of the cell present in bacteria. The size of the bacteria cell range from 0.0 micrometer to 0.5 micrometer. Shapes. Cells are different shapes. Numbers. The number of cells present in different organisms vary. Organism may be either unicellular, single cell, or multicellular. Organisms such as bacteria, amoeba, chlamydomonas, and yeast are unicellular. On the other hand, organisms such as Spirogyra, mango, and the human being are multicellular, made up of a few hundred to million cells. Types of cells. Generally, cells are classified in two types. First one is prokaryotic cell. It has no true nucleus consisting of no nuclear membrane. Another one is eukaryotic cell. It has true nucleus consisting of nuclear membrane. Prokaryotic. The unicellular organism like bacteria has prokaryotic cell. Eukaryotic cell. The cell which has true nucleus, it's called as eukaryotic cell. It's bigger than prokaryotic cell. For example, plant, animal, most of the fungi and algae. Plant and animal cell. Both plant and animals are made up of cells. Both cells are eukaryotic in nature, having a well-defined membrane-bounded nucleus. Plant cell. It is usually large in size. It is hard in nature. Plant cells have cell wall in addition to their cell membrane. Animal cells are generally smaller than plant cell. It is not so hard as plant cell. A cell wall is absent. Plant cells have chloroplast with contain chlorophyll. Animal cell chloroplast usually absent. Plant cells have large vacuoles, centriole are absent. Animal cells may have many small vacuoles. Centrioles are found in animal cell. So we saw about this is in the last class. I welcome everyone back to my class. Today we are going to discuss about a new lesson, human organ system. Human body. Firstly, the human body has a number of biological systems. However, human body system carry out of specific functions that are necessary for the everyday living of human beings. 11 organ systems are present in the human body. Notably, these organs include the circulatory system, respiratory system, digestive system, excretory system, nervous system, and endocrine system. On the other hand, the immune, integumentary, skeletal, muscles, and reproductive system are also part of the human beings. Now move on skeletal system. Did you know that a newborn baby have around 305 bones? A baby skeleton is mostly made up of cartilage. As it grows, older cartilage undergoes ossification to form complete skeleton system having 206 bone. Let us learn about human skeleton system. Parts of the skeletal system. The skeletal system is made up of the bone and cartilage. There are two types of connective tissue called tendon and ligaments that are also considered a part of system. Ligaments connect bone to bone, whereas tendon connect bone to muscles. The two main part of the skeletal system as mentioned above for bone and cartilage. Bone. There are 206 bone in the body which form more than 200 and joined with each other. They are classified in two broad categories based on location: axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton, this bone are found toward the midline of the body and include the skull, the ribcage and the vertebral column. The appendicular skeleton, this bone are found in the appendages such as arm, leg, finger and toes. Bones can be classified into four types based on their shape. The first one, long bone. There are long and slender bone found generally in the limb. Example, humerus, femur. Short bone. There are short bone which are smaller in size and are found in the carpals and dorsals. Third one, flat bones. There are thin and flat in nature and not all of them are completely flat. They provide surface area for muscles attachment. Fourth one, irregular bone. This bone do not have specific shape and therefore cannot be put into any other group. Appendicular skeleton consists of the bones of the limbs along with their pectoral and pelvic girdles. Now move on, skull. The skull is something that appears to be made up of single bone, but actually it consists of many bones that together form the skull. Also, the structure of skull act like moving bone. What is skull? In the vertebrate, skull is the bony structure that forms the head. Moreover, it offers a protective cavity for the brain and support the structure of the face. Beside, the skull consists of two parts, namely cranium, top part of the skull, and the mandible, the lowest part of the skull. Structure of the skull. It is crack or joint that allow the bone to move during the birth process. In addition, the act and expansion joint this allow the bone enlarge and evenly as the brain grow and the skull expand. Now move on, vertebral column and ribcage. The vertebral column, also known as spinal column, is the central axis of the skeleton in all vertebrates. The vertebral column provides attachment to muscles, support trunk, protect the spinal cord and nerve root and serve as a site for hemopoiesis. Next one, rib cage. The rib cage surrounded the lungs and the heart, serving as an important means of the bone protection for this vital organ. In total, the rib cage consists of the 12 thoracic vertebrae and the 24 ribs in addition to the sternum. Now move on, limbs. In the human body, the arm and the legs are commonly called the upper limbs and lower limb respectively, to include part of the shoulder and the hip girdles. Arms and leg are connected to torso or trunk. Many animals use limbs for locomotion. Locomotion means moving, such as walking, running, or climbing. Now we will going to discuss about the muscular system. Who has more muscles? The first grader or an adult body builder. Muscles can grow, but surprisingly, every person has the same number of muscles, more than 600. These muscles make up your muscular system and they can be categorized into three different types: skeletal, smooth, and cardiac. Now move on. Skeletal muscles. When you think about your muscles, you probably think about the ones that make you run fast and lift heavy things. These are your skeletal muscles. Skeletal muscles are sometimes called voluntary muscles because you choose to move them. For example, when you want to kick a soccer ball into the goal, you tell your leg muscles to kick. Skeletal muscles are attached to your bone by tendons. When you decided to kick, your brain send an electrical signal down your nerves to your leg muscles. This electrical message tells your muscles to contract or shorten. The contracting muscles pull on the bone and they make it move. This is what allows you to score that goal. You have skeletal muscles all over your body. The ones in your back help you stand up straight. Skeletal muscles in your face contract to make you smile. You even have a small skeletal muscles in your eye that let you look up and down. Now move on smooth muscles. These are also called as involuntary muscles as they are not under the control of our will. They are found in the visceral organ and so are also known as visceral muscles. They do not have striation when viewed under the microscope like the skeletal muscles, and so they are called as smooth muscles. Smooth muscles are found in the digestive system, stomach, lungs, urinary system, and are also found in the blood vessels. Now move on cardiac muscles. Did you ever watch the medical show on television where one of the patient went into cardiac arrest? If so, you probably know that means they were having a heart attack because the word cardiac refer to things dealing with the heart. It is easy to see that cardiac muscles is the types of muscles that make up your heart. This muscle is also known as the myocardium, which sound like a big scientific word, but it's fairly easy to understand if you break it down. The phrase myo refer to muscles and the word cardium is a really close to cardiac or heart. So the term myocardium is literally the muscles of the heart. The cardiac muscles has only one job, but it is a very important one. Its job to pump blood through the miles of the blood vessels in your body. If the cardiac muscle stops, you stop. It is a good thing you don't have to consciously think about contracting your heart muscles. If you did, you would never be able to sleep. Not only its cardiac muscles involuntary, I guess you could say it merges to its own beat. That is because your heart has its own electrical system that causes it to beat constantly. And the crazy things about that is the heart will continue to beat even after it's removed from the body. All its need oxygen. If it is that is will continue to beat. Today's science assignment. Answer the following learn question answers. Thank you.